Okay, here is my first set of squats. It's supposed to be uh, two sets of eight at 135 based on the calculation of the sheet. Um, you'll see even in the next set, the second set. Honestly, I don't really know what to think about these. It looks like I'm hitting depth for most of them. The weight felt fine, like strength wise, muscularly. Um, the problem is I don't know if it's like a hyper flexibility or if I'm just the technique isn't cemented, but I even during these, but watching back, like my butt is moving, and you can see that my right leg ends up taking on the brunt of the you'll even see it better here. It ends up taking on like the brunt of the weight. You'll see like that's why my ass is shaking. It's because like my right cheek you'll see I'll sway to the right for a couple of these, and it wasn't really out of exertion. um I mean it was, I mean the weight was relatively like heavy, but it was almost like I was fighting my body from like wiggling. And I think that's a hyper flexibility as much as it is strength. So like there's a part of me that was thinking like, oh, I should cut the weight back, which might be the case. But there's a part of me that's like, once I start getting heavier and there will be less wiggle room, that'll go away. But I don't know. That's something to discuss with Adam, who's coaching me. Gains himself, as it were. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like the I was sort of pissed off the whole time doing these because like you'll see in the next one too. I'll talk about that. The step ups. It feels like I have the strength. It's just there are other lacking parts. And so with these, you'll see I have these 40-pound dumbbells, so a total of 80. And I thought about speeding this part up, but I figured I'd leave it at speed. And if you care enough, you can just speed it up if you don't want to watch it. I could easily do 15 reps of these strength wise, even like pump or whatever. The problem you'll see here is could not keep my cardio. Like I was breathing heavy very quickly. It was not. It was like an annoying thing because it's like in my mind I'm like I have this. My legs felt great up until the last two reps, which you'll see eventually after 3 minutes. But the reason this quote unquote 15 rep set took literally longer than 3 minutes was because of breathing. I was obviously it's technically 30 reps because it's per foot, but like um, you'll see in a second. I like drop these. Oh no, maybe I'll do one more. And I don't know, like it was just frustrating this whole thing because I was like my chest was on fire. It wasn't like an asthma attack in the sense that I've had those before, but it was like my lung capacity could not keep up with my leg capacity. Well, I don't want to just like ramble on for the next, what is that, 5:53 is when that ends. Yeah, next 2 minutes. Yeah, what is that? It goes from 2 minutes. So it's a 4 minute set, which is really annoying. But obviously, I think the cardio. I think I'll keep those. I'll make a habit of if it's a leg day to keep those in because those were very cardio intensive for me for some reason. Maybe I didn't rest enough between hour after squatting, but I think this is like a lung capacity thing. Yeah, I'll keep you entertained while this is still going. Should be almost done. Yeah, I've now lost interest in that too. But I figured I wanted to keep the whole thing in because, I don't know, I might cut stuff later. This one, this is just seated hamstring curls. These go fine. I honestly could have bumped it up so that notch is at 115 and it was at added 0, but I could do add 5, add 10, or go to 130. I liked this 115. In my head, I was like, I could have done... If I had set it to 130, it would be more explosive. I definitely can do like 10 or 12 explosive reps. Like if I'm sitting forward, here you can see I start to lean. I start to really like lean into them. But I don't know. I go back and forth when I do these in the gym by myself. I go back and forth on doing like really slow or just trying to like hammer them out. This one, I was sort of want to, I don't want to apologize, but like, I completely, at this point, I was like mentally tired. And I hadn't done banded rack pulls. Well, I haven't done rack pulls in a long time, and I haven't done banded rack pulls in an even longer time. And I thought that this, as I was putting it together, I was like, this, if I can deadlift over 200, I shouldn't be rack pulling, 155 with a band. But then these did feel like, I don't want to say heavy, but they felt like tight. And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, these are heavy, these are working enough. But I kept losing count. So I think you'll see here that I'll do like 17 or 18. Like it was supposed to be 10 to 15. And I kept getting like a good clench, in the glutes and the hamstrings and stuff. Like it felt like it was working. But this looks so much easier than how it like felt. So I definitely could have bumped the weight up a good amount. But yeah, that's just, I guess, for next time. It was day 1. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, here I go. I was like, I think that was like 12. I literally like completely lost count, and I was like, fuck. And I tore a callus. And that was it.